Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new, I'm glad to have you here today. Well, as many of you know, I'm a first grade teacher. I love teaching. I love my students. I think they're amazing, and I think the only hard part is usually dealing with the other stuff, like all of the other things that go on with being a teacher, all the paperwork, all of the little scores and testing we must do on them. That's different from regular testing. So I think that's the hardest part. However, I do enjoy teaching a lot, and this is my classroom in case you haven't seen it. I love it. I teach first grade, so that's why I have the number line. I have the alphabets going on up here. I have things really colorful and bright just to make it cheery for them. I have Elephant and Piggy, which the art teacher made me. She is so awesome. I had wanted to make it myself, and then she said she could draw it, which was awesome. And then I had to pick up my kids, and then I was going to work on it later. And when I came back, she said, oh, she just went ahead and decided she wanted to go ahead and paint it for me. So I thought that was amazing. I love Elephant and Piggy. My students love it. They love the books. They love a whole bunch of books. They love Elephant and Piggy. They love Biscuit, Pete the Cat, Mittens. They love a whole bunch of different characters, which is terrific for me, even Fly Guy. But I'm glad I got those two characters. She made them look so fun and cute and cheery, and I'm glad I have them here. And then I have these cute characters, and I believe they all came from Kohl's, like so many years ago. I can't remember. 3 years ago? 4? I can't remember. But I got Pigeon. I got Elephant. I don't know his name. I think he's a hedgehog. I think. I'm so sorry. Or a porcupine. Then I got Piggy, Pete the Cat, Biscuit. So I have those characters there. And then I've got all my book bins that I got from Target's Dollar Spot and from Michael's. I mean, I love having all these books for my students, and I love reading through it with them. So that's kind of fun. And yes, everything is just plain old bright and cheery, which is how I like it. And that's about it. I do have my little bookshelf that I do need to add more books to, of course, to make it interesting. But somebody was asking me what I stock up on for my students supply wise, and so here I'm going to go ahead and show you what I buy myself and what I use for my students. Like, I just go ahead and buy it because I know they'll need it. And so one thing I love to stock up on are pencils. Sometimes parents give them to me, which is so amazing, which I love, but I always keep a stock of pencils, number 2 pencils, and I'm pretty much open to whatever brand people want to give me, or if not, I'll just buy it. So I got some Up and Up pencils from parents to use this year. I already started using some of my pencils that I do have, but hey, I am good with any pencils. And then I have USA Gold, I have Ticonderoga, what else do we have? USA Titanium. There's more. What else? We have these Ticonderogas that are black. Oh, here we go. We have some of these color HB2 pencils, more of those black ones. So we use a good variety, and I always keep stock of this just because you never know how quickly the students will go through them. I used to have students who used to break them on purpose. That was last year. And, these kids are young. They're like 5, 6, 7, depending on birthdays, depending on, maybe they came from a different state and they didn't have the cutoff date. Maybe it was just December. And so I have some young students, and, they're losing teeth at this point. So some of them, they bite through the pencils. Last year I had a biter. He would like chew and gnaw on it, but he would do it when I wasn't looking. And the next thing you know, I'd find a pencil that had so many bite marks on it. So, I had to throw it away just, because the other students didn't want to use it. Nobody wanted to admit to doing it. And so it was really good to have a lot of pencils. So I have these, and yes, my sister sent me a whole bunch of pencils as well. So I have more than this, which I'm so grateful for. But it's one thing I always stock up on in my classroom. So that's number 1. Always have these. The next item I always stock up on are these 24 packs of Crayola crayons. my students are young, they're in first grade, they love to color. So after writing or after having them, well, basically, yes, after having them write, I allow them to color. Sometimes I let them draw a picture to go with their writing. Sometimes there is a picture with some kind of worksheet I found that goes with the writing. So yes, I always have crayons for them because you know what? They're young and this is good for them. I feel like it allows them the chance to be creative. They get to practice control using some kind of writing utensil, and it's awesome. And I have a bunch here, and my sister also sent me a bunch in the mail, which I'm so thankful for. And I think the reason I always buy Crayola is because they're nice and bright, and this is the brand that always goes on sale. Like sometimes it's cheaper than the 8-pack or 16-pack just to buy it because I always find them on sale for 50 cents. And I can find them at like Walmart, Target, Office Max or Office Depot. I forgot what it's called. It's one of those two. You find them all over on sale, so this is what I stick to. And guys, I was so lucky because my sister sent me a whole bunch of these Crayola crayons. She sent me like 25 packs for the year. I was so surprised. And so I've got them. And then you might be thinking, oh, the students will bring them every year, but no. I work at a Title I school, so sometimes parents can't afford it, and the school supplies are not required. It's only if, you know, if they can bring it, if they want to, that's fine. If not, then I just make sure I have enough. At the beginning of the school year, I always have my caddy packed, and I always have enough crayons for all the students, so that way no one has to worry about whether they brought it or not. No one has to worry about having to sit on the side and watch or borrow. They all have crayons to use. So it's something I stock on every year, and I make sure to get them when they're on sale. Another item I like to keep stock of in my classroom are these glue sticks. And guys, I do a lot of cutting and pasting in my classroom. I mean, you know, it's not all the time, but it's not just random cutting and pasting. It deals with a lot of our reading and things like that. We do interactive notebooks, so we cut out things and then we paste them, we group them, sort them, that sort of thing. We do it a lot for reading. I even do it for math. Like I'll print out question, they'll paste it in their notebook, and then we can solve the answers together, and that way they can look back on it eventually. But it's real simple stuff right now, and so I love to have a backup or a stock of glue sticks for my students. And as you can see, I'm not partial to any brand. I mean, I'll take whatever I can get. If people want to donate it to the classroom, I am good with it. If my fellow coworkers are getting rid of it, I want it. And if people, you know, bringing them in, that's perfect. And so you can see I have a wide variety of glue sticks. And actually my favorite right now are these Elmer's washable glue sticks that have the disappearing purple color. It's awesome because when the students use these, they go on purple so they can see what they're gluing or where they're gluing on the papers. And then when it's done, it disappears, so there's no purple marks. And what's awesome is that these are washable, so the kids can wash them off easily from their hands, and I can wash them or wipe them off the desk really easily as well. And you can see I have a lot of colors, so lately I've been kind of matching them up to the caddies. So you see how the blue one has blue glue sticks. Well, take a look at this. My green caddy has green glue sticks. I just thought it was so funny. I couldn't find pink glue sticks, so I went ahead and gave them purple glue sticks for the pink table. And for the yellow table, I gave them the ones that say School Smart. They're red and yellow, but at least it has the yellow. So I thought that was fun. And that way, if anybody loses their glue sticks or drops them, and we don't know where they are, we can figure out who the glue stick belongs to, or at least what table it belongs to, and it makes it easy. My tables are blue, yellow, pink, and green, which is amazing because then I can just call them by table colors. Right now I haven't done it yet because we're only in our first week of school. We're moving on to week 2, so eventually we'll get into it. But I thought that was so cool with the glue sticks, and I'm having fun doing it that way. Now you might be thinking this doesn't look like a lot of glue sticks, but I have a whole batch that my sister mailed to me, which is amazing. She sent me another set of 24 glue sticks. And in this crate, I have my excess supplies where I just need to go ahead and sort through them. So I have a bunch of glue sticks in here as well. It's like all over. And then this is also excess supplies that I need to go ahead and sort through. But yes, and I see hiding in here more random things and some more glue sticks. So yes, and a lone bottle of liquid glue. Another item that I like to stock up on are sticky notes. My favorite are the 3x3s, and I like the Post-its because they actually stay up better than some of the others. Some of the others, they fall off so easily, but I noticed the Post-its are pretty strong and stay up. So those are my favorite ones, especially the 3x3 size, but I'll take what I can get. We sometimes get the smaller ones in, and the parents wonder how come I prefer the bigger ones. It's because my students are anywhere from 5 to 7, they're first grade, and a lot of times their handwriting is kind of big, so it's difficult for them to write on these little sizes. So that's why I always ask for the bigger ones. It's even difficult for them to write on these petal shaped ones, so I have to think about how I'm going to use that. I'm not too sure, but we'll find a way. Or even if I have to use those, I'll use those. But I prefer for my students to have these bigger ones. And it might not look like a lot right now. I do have more somewhere else. It's in hiding. But as you can see, I use them in the classroom. Each caddy has a set of Post-it notes. And yes, sometimes the students want to play with it or write randomly on it, but they're pretty good about it. And what they use these Post-it notes for are marking an area in the book that they have questions about, or writing down words they don't know, using it as a bookmark. And a lot of times we use it in the classroom for me to be able to check for understanding. So for instance, when we were doing this lesson on retell, then I had them retell some kind of key detail and then post it with their names. And then we also did one on just basic phonics, and a lot of these fell down because I was using a different brand of sticky notes and they didn't hold up like the Post-its did. So the ones on the bottom, there were actually more, but some of them fell down already, so that's how it goes. But I also like matching them up with their caddy. So again, the blue has blue sticky notes, and the green has the green sticky notes. How fun! Of course, I'm not going to be able to do this all the time because, of course, you can see I don't have all the colors for everything, but still, it's a fun way to do things, and it's a fun way to see, or for me to see, which table is participating the most and which table is not. It's a very, very easy way. For those of you wondering, when you see the Post-it notes go up, you can see and say, oh, there's like maybe pink table that is missing one person. They're missing one note, and you can easily see who didn't, participate or write something that quickly. So if you wanted to figure out who's participating without having to go through it one by one and calling out names, this is a great way to do it. Just go ahead and color coordinate, and it makes life so easy, especially when you're doing little informal checks to see whether your students understand what they're learning. It's good. I like it. Another item I always stock up on are these Expo dry erase markers in the chisel tip. I love these for writing on my dry erase boards. They are amazing. They always go on nice, and the color's always dark or super bright, and it's easy for my students to see. Plus, I love the different colors that they've been coming out with lately, because sometimes I'll change the date or the colors that I use for the dates and match them up to whatever holiday is going on. So, for instance, right now, I have, you know, the date for August, and I'm just using purple just because it was a new year, and I was thinking, you know what, I need something nice and dark for the students to see, but not black, so I went ahead and used those. And actually, yes, I think, yeah, I used dark blue for the word specials, and I think I have 2 different purples going on. Yes, I do. Isn't that awesome? But what do you call it? But for the seasons, like come December, I'm going to start using greens and reds, and then I'll maybe draw a little Christmas tree or a bow or something cute. And then come January, I like to use dark blue, light blue, you know, and draw like a snowflake or a snowman. During Valentine's in February, I'll use reds and pinks. So it's so fun for me to be able to use these expo markers with all these bright colors that match the theme. I just think it makes it fun for the students because they get to see something new. And my students love when they see I draw. I don't draw that amazingly, or I just draw okay. I'm not even that good of a drawer. Let's be honest, I don't draw very well. But my students always get excited to see what I put up. So I'm excited with them, and for me, it is so fun to use these markers. Also, if you notice, I do have the markers up here. They're different brands. Someone gave it to me, but that's fine. And I have markers on this side as well. And usually I'll keep a little portion of my dry erase board blank. And when we do testing on our books, every time a student gets to pass their book, they get to put their name up there. They get to use one of the dry erase markers and write their name. And they love it because they are so busy choosing the colors. And they get to write on the board, and to them it's super fun. So I love being able to give them bright markers to use because it makes them happy. It's like little things like that that make the day for them go by quickly and makes it more fun. Because why not make school fun, right? I'll let them enjoy it too, because we're here for a long day. So if these make them happy, make me happy, then I am stocking up on this. Another item that I like to stock up on in my classroom are erasers, because they're students, they're young, and they make mistakes, so it's okay for them to go ahead and fix things. I don't mind. I mean, I make mistakes too, and so I love using erasers. The ones I like to get my students are the rectangular pink erasers, and honestly, I don't care what brand I get or what brand they want to bring in. But you can see I got some from Office Depot, I got some from Papermate, Pink Pearls. I got these, I guess they're the same. Yeah, I guess they're the same. Office Depot. And this one here is from, I don't know, but pretty much just any pink rectangular eraser that works is fine for my students. They like having them. I just leave them in the caddies so they can use them whenever they want to. And I feel like, again, it just gives them confidence to free write and let it flow without worrying about, oh no, if I put this is it, I won't be able to change my mind. So yes, this is an item I love to stock up on, and my students love using. So I think I may have shown you this already, but another thing I like to stock up on are stickers. My students love stickers, and so I use them as often as I can because they love them. Actually, I use them to put in their agendas, and I do this every day because to them it means they had a good day and they worked really hard and they survived. So every single one of my students will get a sticker every single day. So I love giving it to them, and they like to see them in their agendas. Once a student asked me why they get to have a sticker every day, and I told them it was because they're an amazing student and they were so happy. So these little things make them happy, and guess what? I do let them have a choice. Like, I'll bring out these as a bunch and then let them choose, and it doesn't matter. Whatever they want, I'll give it to them, or one each, of course. And then they do love the happy faces, of course, and I want to get some of the smelly stickers because that's fun too, but these have been a hit every year, so I'm just going to keep doing them. I almost forgot these, but I also love stocking up on mini erasers for my students. As you can see, I have a wide variety of erasers because my students love the wide variety. So what I do is Honestly, I am so random about it. Like every day I try to make sure that some kids become that special student and then they get to grab some days I have like 5-6 students grabbing erasers, and I'll have them count out a certain amount, and the students, they get excited. Like maybe one day I'll be like, oh, you did so amazing and you were great all day, come and pick up 10 mini erasers. Or it's your birthday, go ahead and pick maybe another 7 or something, depending on your age. And the students love it. They take their time. I mean, they don't take forever, but they look through them and they pick what they want, and they love it. And there's so many different ones. There's like holiday ones. I just got some taco ones. You know, there's like Halloween, Christmas. There are mermaids, cats, owls, rainbows, Easter eggs, flowers. There's so many different ones, and they are so cute. And I love giving these away to my students. They like to collect them. They like to share them with their family, their brothers, sisters. And so it's something really cheap and affordable for me to buy and for my students to get excited about. It's the little things like this that get my students going through the day, knowing that, you know what, there are some good things going on at school, some things to get excited about. By the way, majority of my mini erasers come from Target's Dollar Spot, otherwise known as their Bullseye's Playground, for just $1 per pack of 60. So this pack of tacos, 60 taco erasers, were only $1. And these Christmas ones also, a pack of 60 for just $1. So they're not bad, guys. Price wise, they're not bad. So I like getting them there, and it's just someplace I shop at, so it's easy for me to just check every so often, see if they have them, and if they do, I'll just pick up a few bags. So it's another item I love stocking up on, and my students love to get. Something else I like to keep stock of in the classroom are tissues and wipes of some type. My students have already started going through the tissues. They're using them, which is absolutely fine with me. I have more here. I have some here. Some wipes I'm already starting to use. I have more in here, and it's just good to have. Can you imagine a student having a runny nose and not having a tissue? How awful would that be? I mean, we do have paper towels, but guys, that's kind of hard, you know? So it's always good to have tissues. You never know, especially come cold season, you're definitely going to need these and the wipes. Finally, one of the most important things I like having in my classroom for my students are different manipulatives that they can use in the classroom to help them learn. I have things like little shapes, like I have frogs, and I have these little building blocks, little creatures, figurines like mermaids, princesses, sports people. I have magnetic alphabets and numbers, double-sided counters, all kinds of things. And what looks like toys to us is actually, honestly, amazing to use for learning. They can be used for STEM or STEAM activities. They can be used for math, for writing, you know, a lot of different things. It's great for creativity, and my students love this. Think about what you want to do, and I just let them go at it because I wanted to see how they would work together, what ideas they could come up with, and then we could talk about it after. I just thought it was so interesting. Here's more that we have out, and once I am able to fix up this area here, I am going to put a bunch here so that the kids know that maybe every Friday we'll use this. Maybe we'll just use it for math all the time. You never know. There's a lot of things you can do to make learning a lot more interesting for the students. And so that's why this is like one of my #1 items to have in the classroom for your students. Guys, that is it for my video on things that I keep stock of in my classroom, and I find them very useful to have. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I know it's really random, but I hope you like it. I hope you share it with your friends, and if you haven't done so already, I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, guys.